Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rika Melinea Safitri. I am 8th class and 5th semester. And now we want to fulfill the assignment from Mr. Gafur as a lecturer of TEFL. The assignment is the review of all material. The first material is brief study of language teaching. The study of language teaching is part of study, even in its system which happened. Talking about historical of language teaching, there are many studies about teaching learning process, or we can apply it for the next. There are the method will we use when teaching learning process. The first is before the 19th century, the beginning of foreign language teaching might not be separated from the Roman Empire, when then Roman students Greek as the second language. The second is after the 19th century, the emphasis of language teaching changed by the time. In the third is 20th century, at the beginning of the 20th, the direct method has a defined pattern, and the term direct method was established. And the last is the new era teaching method are the applications of theoretical findings. They might have developed from theories and then put into practice. The second material is the nature of approach and methods in language teaching. Natural approach is relatively simple to use, and it is easily adapted to a variety of situations. For example, foreign language, second language, public school, adult education, and bilingual programs. It can be easily modified to deal with different types of students. The goals of natural approach class are based on an assessment of students' needs. We determine the situation in which they will use the target language and the sort of topic they will have to communicate information about. And the third material is the oral approach and situational language teaching. Situation language teaching is behaviorism, addressing more the process than the condition of learning. Language learning is habit formation. Language skills are learned more effectively if they are presented orally first, then in written form. Teach a practical command of the four basic skills of a language. Talk structure. A typical situational language teaching lesson would start with stress and intonation practice. Class with the oral approach method, the student should say sentences representing that they can see in the pictures. The student said, there is a book and there are two students. The teachers will show some image to the student and the teacher will say the action that is happening in the pictures. And accessible methods for teachers if they have good curriculum. This method do not account for the fundamental characteristic of language, namely the credibility and uniqueness of individual sentence. The last materials is English as a foreign language and English as a second language. English as a foreign language or EFL is the term used to describe the study of English by non-native speakers in countries where English is not the dominant language. This is not to be confused with English as a second language, also called English as an additional language, which is the practice of learning English is predominantly English-speaking country. English as a second language or ESL or TESL is a traditional term for use or study the English language by a native speakers in an English-speaking environment, or it is also known as English for speakers of other languages. That environment might be a country in which English is the mother tongue. The example Australia and the US, or one in which English has an established rule. The example India and Nigeria, also known as English for speakers of other languages. Okay, that's all about the review, all the material from my explanation, and I say sorry for the any mistake. And the last we say wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.